I research retirement strategy for a living, and the single most consistent thing I see is this. Two people, same age, same income, completely different outcomes. One group keeps delaying. They tell themselves they'll start next year. The other group starts imperfectly, partially, but they start. According to the Federal Reserve's 2022 Survey of Consumer Finances, the median retirement savings for Americans aged 55 to 64 is just $185,000. But households in that same age group who consistently made catch-up contributions held balances more than double that. Same decade, dramatically different number. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how the second group gets there, even starting from zero at 50. Chapter 1. Where you actually stand, the real numbers. Let's start with an honest picture. Not a scary one, an honest one. If you're 50 with no retirement savings, you are not alone. The Federal Reserve's same 2022 survey found that 28% of Americans between 45 and 54 have no retirement account savings at all. None. That is not a small fringe. That is more than 1 in 4 people your age. So the shame you may be carrying? Set it down. It is not helping you, and it is not accurate. Now, what does the math actually look like from here? If you are 50 today and plan to retire at 62, you have 12 working years ahead. If you plan to work until 67, you have 17. Those extra years matter enormously, and we will come back to why. Here is a grounding number. Fidelity's 2024 retirement guidelines suggest that by age 67, a comfortable retirement requires roughly 10 times your final annual salary saved. On a $60,000 salary, that is $600,000. That can feel impossible at zero. But the goal of this video is not to hit a perfect number. The goal is to close as much of that gap as possible, and to arrange your other resources strategically around what you do accumulate. Individual variation matters here. Your target number depends on your expected Social Security benefit, your health, your housing situation, and whether you plan to work part-time in retirement. Your number is not the same as your neighbor's number. Chapter 2. Catch-up contributions, the most powerful tool you have. The IRS built a specific advantage into the tax code for people in your exact situation. It is called the catch-up contribution. Here's how it works. In 2024, the standard 401k contribution limit is $23,000 per year, according to the IRS. But once you turn 50, you are allowed to contribute an additional $7,500 on top of that. That brings your total annual 401k limit to $30,500. For a traditional or Roth IRA, the 2024 base limit is $7,000, with a $1,000 catch-up after 50, so $8,000 total. If you can maximize both a 401k and an IRA, you could shelter up to $38,500 per year from taxes. Over 15 years, at a historically average stock market return, the S&P 500 has averaged roughly 10% annually before inflation over long periods, according to data from NYU Stern. Consistent maximum contributions could grow substantially. I want to be careful here. Past returns do not guarantee future results. Your actual return depends on your asset allocation, market timing, and fee structure. But here's the point. The catch-up provision is real, it is significant, and most people over 50 do not use it fully, often because they do not know it exists. One more note. Starting in 2025, under the Secure 2.0 Act signed into law in 2022, workers aged 60 through 63 will be eligible for an even higher catch-up limit in employer plans, $10,000 or 150% of the standard catch-up, whichever is greater. That window is coming. Plan for it now. Chapter 3. Social Security. Timing. The decision worth 6 figures. This is the chapter most people skip. Do not skip it. Social Security is not just a safety net. For someone starting from zero at 50, it may be the single largest retirement asset you build over the next decade, and the age at which you claim it changes everything. Here is the mechanics. According to the Social Security Administration, you can claim as early as age 62, but if you do, your benefit is permanently reduced by as much as 30% compared to your full retirement age benefit. Full retirement age for anyone born after 1960 is 67, and if you delay past 67 all the way to 70, your benefit grows by 8% per year. Every year, you wait past full retirement age. The SSA's own data shows that the average monthly benefit at full retirement age in 2024 is approximately $199.07, at 8% per year in delayed credits, waiting from 67 to 70 adds roughly $450 per month for life. Over a 20-year retirement, that difference compounds to well over $100,000 in total lifetime income. Now, individual variation is significant here. Your health matters, your life expectancy matters, your marital status matters, because spousal and survivor benefits are deeply affected by your claiming age. This decision is complex enough that it is one of the clearest cases where consulting a fiduciary who specializes in Social Security optimization is genuinely worth the cost. Chapter 4. Cutting the Gap. Expenses and Housing as Strategy. Savings rate is not just about income, it is about the spread between income and expenses. And for late starters, controlling that spread is often more immediately powerful than trying to earn more. The Bureau of Labor Statistics 2022 Consumer Expenditure Survey found that Americans aged 55 to 64 spend an average of $66,824 per year. Housing is the largest single category, at roughly 32% of total spending. That is more than $21,000 per year. For someone rebuilding at 50, housing is where the most leverage often lives. Downsizing, moving from a larger home to a smaller one, can free up equity that goes directly into a retirement account. Relocating to a lower cost of living state, particularly one with no state income tax, changes the math on both savings and eventual retirement income. Some households also consider house hacking, renting a room or an accessory unit, to reduce net housing cost while staying in place. This is not a universal prescription. It depends on your family situation, your health, your local market, and your emotional relationship with your home. But the number is real. Housing is where most of the leverage is. On the spending side more broadly, every dollar you do not spend today is a dollar that can compound for a decade. A household that reduces annual spending by $10,000 and invests it is not just saving $10,000. Over 12 years at historical average returns, that recurring contribution grows meaningfully. The math rewards the gap more than the gross number. Chapter 5. Part-time work and bridge income, reframing the transition. Here is a reframe that research supports. Retirement does not have to be a cliff, it can be a ramp. Working part-time between ages 62 and 70, even at a fraction of your current income, does two powerful things simultaneously. It reduces the amount you need to draw from savings, and it allows your Social Security benefit to keep growing if you have not claimed yet. A 2022 analysis by the Stanford Center on Longevity found that a flexible work arrangement in the early retirement years, sometimes called phased retirement, can extend the sustainability of a modest portfolio by several years. That matters enormously when you are starting from a smaller base. Part-time or consulting work in your existing field is often more accessible than people expect at 60 or 65. Many employers, facing labor shortages in skilled roles, actively seek experienced workers for reduced-hour arrangements. The Social Security Administration also allows you to work while collecting benefits after full retirement age with no earnings penalty. Before full retirement age, there are earnings limits, worth understanding before you make any decisions. Again, your situation is specific: your health, your industry, your family caregiving responsibilities. All of these affect whether and how bridge income works for you. But the strategy is real. and it is underused. Disclaimer. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. This is general education, not personalized advice. Consult a fiduciary before acting. If this video gave you a clearer picture of where to start, hit subscribe. We put out evidence-based retirement content every week, specifically for people who feel like they are starting late. You are not as far behind as you feel. Next up, we are going to walk through exactly how to find and vet a fee-only fiduciary, how to know if they are actually working for you, and what questions to ask before you hand over any information. That video is linked on screen right now. This video may contain affiliate links. I only recommend tools I use personally. See the description for details. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.